सतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय आविराविर्म एधि रुद्रयत्ते दक्षिणं मुखं तेन मां पाहि नित्यं तेन मां पाहि नित्यम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real, lead us from darkness to light, and lead us from sorrow, suffering and death to immortality. O Lord, manifest Thyself through our thought, through our actions, through and through, and protect us with Thy wonderful care, compassion, grace, and encourage us, instill in us positive ideas, positive truths, so that following those truths we see Thy presence both in personal and impersonal forms. Peace, peace, peace be unto us and to all the people. This morning's concluding service of our 1980-81 session begins with a piece by Beethoven, by Bobby Roberts. Bobby. Thank you very much, Bobby, for interrupting this video. It is most appropriate that on this last concluding service, with the guest speaker, his secretary also is present. I am going to introduce to you Mrs. Vasanti Rao, who is the secretary of Pandit. She is a singer and a composer and has got great talent for expressing parts of music which are so helpful for the subject which will be dealt in the chapter. My request Vasanti to come forward and sing. distinguished writer, outstanding speaker and thinker of our present time. Mr. Pandit is known by various names. In the Aurobindo circle, he is known as Madhav or Madhav Rao. But to the general public, he is known as MP Pandit. Those of you who are accustomed or habituated to read serious literature through magazines must not have missed his name. As a student, I read him as a reviewer of books, and I continue this practice wherever MP Pandit will be the signer, then immediately I will let me see read what the book is saying, because he is the most faithful reviewer I have ever seen during the last 50 years. So outstanding capacity to read a book and choose appropriate idea, the central theme of the book. That is the greatness of this wonderful person. So such a person we have got. Fortunately, for the concluding service of our center, because we will have 2 weeks of vacation, 2 weeks only. Then we again begin on Sunday the 20th. Prolific writer, as I said, and several books he has written. The secretary of the Aurobindo Ashram in Panditji, just when he came, I was talking to him. I visited Panditji Ashram with 3 Swamis, 4 of us we went. That was Darshan Day of Aurobindo. So we all went. I remember to have seen his face there, he was nearby. So I told him, you must be one of them. So he said, yes, this is most likely. Apart from that, my contact with him indirectly is through magazine which I was conducting in Nagpur, Jivan Vikas. And he was not only a writer, he was a reviewer of several books in that magazine. So we used to correspond. So I know him from various points of view, various angles. Again, we are very happy that he is with us, and a subject which has been chosen is very dear to his heart and to us, to our heart also. Namely, the message of the Upanishads. There are few thinkers in the world, serious thinkers, who have not handled this subject or the message of the Upanishads. So old, still so new is the message of the Upanishads. It has been handled by such persons like Dara Sukho, the eldest brother of Aurangzeb, who was tempted to translate the Upanishad into Persian. It was because of Dara Sukho that we got the translation. He had a fascination. Great people have got this fascination. And Dara Sukho translated the Upanishads into Persian. This Persian translation went to Europe, and it was retranslated into Latin, and this Latin translation was used by most of the philosophers and thinkers of Europe. Thus, Upanishadic impressions have reached to nook and corner of the world. What happened to our time? Schopenhauer, who speaks in 2 sentences what he felt about the Upanishad, great German philosopher. He says, there is no literature so elevating the whole world as the Upanishads of India. They have been the solace of my life, they shall be the solace of my death, says Schopenhauer. So Upanishads have been praised by thinkers of West and the East alike. Everybody has received the impressions from the Upanishad. This is a central thought. Well, this is outstanding part. We have a person to deal with. In the personality we have the Pandit. I know it is Mr. Pandit. May we hear with our ears what is auspicious. May we behold with our eyes what is auspicious. May we, with healthy bodies, spend our God-allotted span of life adoring the higher powers. Peace to the mind, peace to the life energies, peace to the physical body. It is a great moment for me to be able to come here and pay homage to the great presence and the great work that is going on here, for I have a double debt of gratitude. My teacher, Sri Aurobindo, records how in his early years he was very much influenced by the personality and the teachings of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and the social and economic philosophy of Swami Vivekananda. He wrote, during the first decade of the present century, how it will take humanity 500 years to fully understand and assimilate the teachings of the prophet of Dakshineshwar, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, describing Swami Vivekananda as a radiant glance of Shiva. He records gratefully how when Sri Aurobindo was himself lodged in jail for more than a year under false charges by the British government, Swami Vivekananda's voice was heard by him for 11 days in succession, mapping out uncharted routes of the inner journey that he was traveling upon. Virgin lands of the Spirit were explained to him by Swami Vivekananda, and he notes that the moment the work was done, the voice ceased. Coming to my own humbler self, my own journey started about 50 years ago, began the study of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna and the inspiring speeches of Swami Vivekananda, portions of which I used to commit by heart because I was a sort of an elocutionist. And they have never ceased to inspire me, whatever be my path, whatever be my yogic line. And Swamiji, I am infinitely grateful to you for making it possible for me to be present here and pay my homage to this great presence. We have for our theme this morning the message of the Upanishads. The Upanishads are otherwise described as Vedanta, the crown of the Vedas. And before I come to the subject of the Upanishads, I would like to give you a brief outline of the background of the Upanishads, the Vedas. The old Aryans, inhabitants of India, thousands of years ago, like the early people in Egypt, in Greece, in other Mediterranean countries, were simple people who were attuned to nature. They were not used to rationalist thinking, logical thinking of the type we are familiar with 5,000 years thereafter. They had a sense, they had a feeling of absorbing things spontaneously. In those early days, when they were just settling down in agriculture, they were aware of a great presence in nature. Nature was something sacred to them. They sensed the presence of great powers behind the movements, behind the activities, like rain, like wind, like the sun and the moon, like the storm. They were not just natural phenomena for them, but they were always symbols of greater things behind the wave. And each movement was presided over, directed by great presences of powers, whom they called deities, gods, goddesses, and they developed a means of communion with those great powers, communion of companionship, of intimacy, and everything, as I said, symbolized something else. They organized the whole life around the institution of sacrifice, yajna. The flame was lit, but always everything had a symbol. The altar, the stone platform on which the flame was lit, was the heart, the altar of the heart. The physical flame fire stood for the flaming aspiration in the heart of man to unite, to call down the higher powers. So fire, called Agni, the brilliant one, the luminous one, is described as the captain of the march, the leader of the journey of life towards the gods. Into the fire you throw the oblations of your desires and passions and thoughts. He feeds upon them and builds a bridge to the other gods. He is the guest immortal among the mortals. House to house he lives. He is the priest of the sacrifice, the voice of the gods. This sacred feeling, comprehension of the role of fire is described in other literatures, other traditions, with equal power, vividness. Agni, as I said, carries the human aspiration and links the aspirer with the divine, with the divinity. And when his work is done, he has established the contact. The gods are born in the man, the gods are born in the human. What do they mean? The particular psychological qualities, the particular powers signified by the gods get organized in the human being. So after Agni comes Indra. Indra, the god of the divine mind, the mind that does not labor to think, but is flooded with illuminations, the flashes of lightnings, and Indra's radiances. He builds the mind, divinizes the mind, makes the mind reflect the knowledge of truth. And when the mind is so prepared, there comes Varuna, the god of the sea. Sea signifies vastness. The ocean stands for infinity. And Indra and Varuna, as the god of vastness, enlarges the consciousness, pulls out, expands, universalizes the individual. And when Varuna has done his part, there comes Mitra, the god of love. The ancients had that perception that love is dangerous without vastness, without purity. And when Varuna has done, purified, enlarged and extended, there comes the rule of Mitra, the god of love. And the human heart is full of love. And the ultimate destination is the Sun of Truth. There is a supreme Sun of truth, of which our physical sun is only a material symbol. The Vedic mystics speak of 7 worlds, 7 earths, Sat, Chit, Ananda, existence, consciousness, bliss, the world of light, link world, Manas, Prana, Anna, mind, life and matter. All the 7 worlds have their own sun. Another way of saying that each world has its own space and time. And the Sun of Truth, when the seeker looks at the Supreme Sun, they take care to point out that this sun stands in the meridian of the sky, shining all the time, always seen by the wise, not shining only during day and gazeable by everybody, but sada pashyanti suraya, only the wise ones see him constantly. And they built a large, comprehensive discipline for those who are initiated. For the populace, for the laity, it was the popular religion of externals. And they have arranged the whole presentation in a system of parallelism and Sanskrit language in which the hymns are flowed lends itself to this use because of what we call fun. Each word means different. For instance, the word go, which stands for a cow, also stands in its derivative meaning for light. So when the Rishi prays for cows, he is not praying for the four-legged animals, he is praying for light, for knowledge. When he prays for horse, he prays for power, energy, something of which has survived. In our language today we speak of horsepower. Horse always stood for energy, for power. Cow stood for light, knowledge, and so on. And that was a great age when they spoke of companionship with the gods, of having the heaven here on earth. They did speak of renunciation, they did speak of rejection, but they always spoke of acceptance in the right spirit. That was the early age, which as all ages do passed into history, and there was an interregnum. About 1,000 years after the passing of that age, there was a movement of revival. And that movement of revival of the Vedic heritage took three forms. The first form concerned itself with the revival of the external rituals, ceremonies, explanation of the symbols, and that came to be known as the Brahmanas. The second stream of reclamation concentrated upon the knowledge content of the Veda, the spiritual knowledge, that is the Upanishads. And the third concerned itself with the salvaging of the esoteric content, the mystical and the occult part of the practical discipline. That is what has been developed as yoga and tantras. Today we are concerned with the Upanishads, the second movement, and rishis of the Upanishads. There are also rishi. A rishi is one who sees ahead. Not one who thinks. And the rishis of the Upanishads, they held the rishis of the earlier rishis of the Veda in high esteem, and they sought to re-experience those truths enunciated in the Vedic hymns in their own lives. 1,000 years had elapsed. They wanted to verify, check, and translate those truths into their daily realizations. And that is why everywhere they say, this has been said by the Rishi, Etad Rishina Uttam. This has been said by the mantra of the Veda, Etad Richa Bhyuktam. They take care to clinch an issue, but always they are not magicians, they are not dialecticians who are concerned with erecting systems. They were content to experience the reality and express it. And diverse rishis have diverse experiences of the reality. The reality is multiple, 100-faceted, and each one narrates his experience, his way, and nobody bothers to reconcile, to find the contradictions and explain them away.
He said, no, you start with this and you arrive here. They were men of realization who received students, disciples from royal families, disciples from mercantile people, from servers, from all classes. Nobody was debarred. Everybody who had the aspiration, who had the seeking, was welcome. And in the hermitages in the forests, where the rishis lived, the rishis were not divorced from the society. The